global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Right now, the camp of Fubara in Rivers State are no longer finding it funny the moves that the pro-Wike loyalists are making, and this time around they're not letting their guards down. They're airing it, following up back to back, no longer giving gaps and trying to be cool and calm and calculated while things go bad, and I've decided to address that issue. But before going to the newspaper to find out exactly what is going on, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, Darlington Nwauju, the reinstated publicity secretary of the Rivers State All Progressive Congress APC, has strongly criticized the formation of a 9-man committee to investigate the October 5th, 2024. Now, what happened in that October 1524 in Rivers State was the bombing of the party secretariat. Now, the bombing, which occurred on the same day as the local government elections, has stirred significant debate within the party and across the state. Now, Chief Tony Okocha, the APC Rivers State chairman that was announced fairly recently by faction, announced the committee as a means to uncover the perpetrators behind the attack and recommend preventive measures. But however, Nwauju described the move as a gross overstep of authority, arguing that security investigations should remain the exclusive domain of law enforcement agencies and not a political party. He further accused Okocha of exploiting the perceived calmness of the state governor to carry out what he termed as a show of shame. The decision has sparked internal controversies, with critics warning that it set a dangerous precedent for political interference in security matters, while Okocha and his allies insist the committee is necessary to protect the party's interests. Opponents within the APC argue it undermines the role of law enforcement agencies, the rule of law, and tarnishes the party's reputation. It is a complete show of shame. I'm quoting now. It says it's a complete show of shame, and it's disgraceful for somebody to wake up and want to kidnap the powers of the executive. This is taking hate in politics and toxicity too far. We all know that he cannot dare it if it was Nyesom Wike. Nobody dared it. When business premises of perceived political opponents of Mr. Nyesom Wike were even clamped down, nothing happened. And so how can somebody wake up one morning because of the perceived gentleness or calmness of the governor, and you claim to empanel a group of individuals to investigate what? Who gave you such audacity? Nwauju said. This is quite interesting, but let's just quickly hear him as he speaks on this matter very quickly. We'll come back for analysis on this.
In order to shut down the voice of the opposition in Rivers State, where was Mr. Tony Okocha when all these things were happening? And so we say, without any iota of equivocation, that it is a complete show of shame, and it is disgraceful for somebody to wake up and want to, kidnap the powers of the executive government of the state. It is taking hate in politics and toxicity too far. All manner of, I refer to them as decrees. When business premises of perceived political opponents of Mr. Nyesom Wike we are shut down, we are clamped down in Rivers State, nothing happened. And so how can somebody wake up one morning because of the perceived gentleness or the calmness of the governor, and you want to claim to be empaneling a group of individuals to investigate? How? Who gave you such audacity? Who gave Tony such powers? And by the way, who is Tony? By the force of law, and I know that we are going to get to that, by the force of law, a of August 2024. And so I do not know who he speaks for. I do not know who he thinks he represents. And I know for sure that the judiciary that they are today making fun of, that today they are denigrating, will at the end of the day catch up with them. Because you cannot be dancing around, dancing naked and denigrating the cause of the other day, on the 30th of September, I heard the CJN, Justice Kekereku, Aloshi, declaring that the Supreme Court of Nigeria will not accept any form, any iota, any attempt to disobey court orders. And what is happening in Rivers State clearly portends danger and an open invitation to anarchy.
All right, welcome back. You heard what he said. That's an APC Rivers secretary and publicity secretary speaking his mind. Now we are getting it firsthand that there's quite a lot of squabbles going on in APC in Rivers State, and a lot also is going on in PDP in Rivers State. This is the same politics that was played during the time and reign of Wike, but that of PDP, being that Wike was there, and there was really no issues in Rivers PDP, and he went literally unopposed. But as things are playing out, I will not be surprised, and I'm sure most Nigerians and Riverians will not be surprised if come 2027, PDP and APC in Rivers State are embattled in all manner of court cases, and that may likely give room for a situation where both parties, APC and PDP in Rivers State, may not conveniently field a candidate. Even if they do, there will be a lot of court cases here and there, court injunction here and there, while Wike may have a say and his way in Abuja, where he's holding sway. He may not find it so very easily in Rivers State. Although, just like the speaker rightly said in this interview that you saw just some few minutes ago, you'll agree with me that in the time and reign of Wike, this thing that Tony Okocha is doing, he would dare not try it. You are raising a panel as what? Mbonum as an executive chairman or as the governor of a state. Those are executive powers. Fubara would not ordinarily just set up a panel if he was not the executive governor of the state. As powerful as Wike is in Abuja, you see him, there's some certain things he cannot do in Rivers State, even though he used to. But he knows that his power ended the very day Fubara, officially, the very day Fubara mounted as it. And that includes setting up a panel. He can't, because he doesn't have the official right to. He can play underhand politics. That's understood. That can be arranged, like some persons will say. But he will not openly come against Fubara because he's an elected governor. He's a lawyer, he's a life bencher, and he knows that truth for a fact. All he could do is to make this, situations like that's been going on. But in all sincerity, just like what this young man has said, Tony would naturally not thrive in the reign of Wike, the ex-governor, and the present FCT minister. In fact, I could still remember vividly whenever the local government chairman are having a meeting with the executive governor then, Wike, they go with their BP drugs, because anything and everything is possible. So don't go with your shock absorber fully working, activated, because it can just come to you. And they literally threatened him. Then Wike was almost like a god. His word was law. But Fubara has the people's call it. What I wouldn't know now is if it is the nature of Fubara 4D now, or if it's because he's fighting a battle, that's why he's calm and trying to carry people along. It's his second reign that will know if Fubara is the Fubara we know, or if he's a Fubara that is because he's trying to get power. He's trying to be combo, docile. Time will tell. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in that conversation. Also, have a nice time.